Namaste, Jagdish here. As part of our conversations on learning for transformation, we as teachers, parents, and school management and school leadership are looking at what it means to be educating a child and nurturing a child. As I enter the fourth part of this conversation, I am acutely conscious of the fact that I haven't been able to provide concrete solution to some of the problems that we face. In fact, these conversations are not meant for that. I'm acutely aware of the fact that I haven't been able to provide you solutions for that. So it makes me understand that, trying to provide solution and techniques to the problems that we face in nurturing a child is akin, it's quite similar to providing techniques and solutions to the problems of humanity. Nurturing a child is almost like nurturing humanity itself. What actually nurtures humanity is a very complex thing. Yesterday we had seen about these four complexities. Economy has to be taken care of, nature has to be nurtured, society has to be understood and imbibed, and lastly, we should really take care of our own wellness. So, given this complexity of humanity, we can understand when we establish similarity between nurturing humanity and nurturing a human child, there is complexity involved in this. It's like narrating a story that never ends. It's like dealing with infinity itself. There's a famous story, and you should excuse me because I don't have proper references because these are intimate conversations. I haven't cared to check for the references appropriately. But this is quite popular. In the series of stories which have been come to be known as Arabian Nights, there is a character, Shehzade. Shehzade marries the Emperor of Arabia. And the Emperor is known for one of his peculiar obsessions. The obsession is simple. He would marry a person and the wife has to narrate a story. And if the story doesn't appear interesting, that's the end of the wife. I wouldn't want to use a word like execution right now. And to such an emperor, Shehzade marries, quite well knowing the fact about the peculiar obsession of the emperor. And as the story goes, Shehzade narrates each night a story which ends somewhere and it has to be continued because it has not ended still. Because the emperor wants to understand the story completely, he allows the wife to survive for a while because he wants to have the conclusion of the story. And somehow, by making the emperor wait for the next episode of the story, Shehzade survives. And she draws a small story into an infinite game. Nurturing children is almost like that. It's not about offering some solutions that are easy. It's not about making our life easy. It's all about understanding the humanity itself. Nurturing the child is an opportunity for us to understand humanity, the very ways in which we have always existed in our lives. Now, given this context, I would like to narrate one of the examples that I did with my own son. Yesterday, I remember giving you the topic of, in the previous topic, I should not say yesterday because I don't know where you are watching this episode from. Yesterday, in the previous conversation, that is episode 3, I was looking at digestion as a topic. This is something that I did with my child also. How do I make the conversation on digestion, on the digestive system, infinitely long? My son is in 5th standard, he's 10 years old and he goes to a non-conventional school. He still doesn't know examination or the textbooks. But since he doesn't know all those things, he grapples with life directly, without intermediate aspects of textbook and examination and assessments. With him, as I was conversing with him, I wanted to draw this aspect of food itself, which is a subtopic of digestion, into a long drawn battle with understanding of food. As part of that conversation, I should show you here, we developed a table like this. I don't know whether it is very clear. The table actually is about different kinds of food that he has access to, like Bonvita, Maggi, Yippee noodles, Treptin biscuits, etc. Then I'm not sure whether you are able to see. We also looked at the carbohydrate contents of all these things, and then because we didn't have a graph sheet, we drew our own graph in order to indicate what amount of carbohydrate, fat, and protein exist in these food items. Ultimately, allowing him to decide which according to him is the best. Balanced diet was not a theory from the textbook. Balanced diet was something that we can really examine from the data that's available to us. The story was drawn beyond the textbook and food. Thank you so much for listening. We'll keep conversing on this. Namaste.